viewers, and welcome back to the card mat. Nice little fun one for you now. And all I'm going to use is 4 cards. 3, 4. Right, we've got the King of Spades, we've got the King of Diamonds, we've got the King of Clubs, and we've got the King of Hearts, right? So I say just 4 cards. Kings. Right, now strange thing about this is we stick 1 king on the bottom, facing up, leave them 2 facing down, and put that king on the top, facing up, and we just push them together, turn it over, give it a tap and give it a click. We find that all 4 kings turn back down again. I'll show you again. We'll take a king, we stick it on the bottom, facing up, we leave them 2 facing down, and we put that one down there, facing up. And again, we just square them up together, turn it over, give it a tap and give it a click, and just like magic, all 4 kings are facing down again. I'll show you once more. I mean, I could do this all day, but I'll just show you once more. King on the bottom, facing up, 2 in the middle, facing down, 1 on the top, facing up. We close them together, turn it over, give it a tap and give it a click. We find that all 4 kings are again facing down. But I find if I do something a bit different, and I just give the cards a little spin, then a tap and a click, we find that one of the kings will turn over and become an ace. And to prove it wasn't any kind of a fluke, I'll do it again. I'll give the cards a little turn, give it a tap and give it a click, and once again another king turns over but decides to turn into an ace. Which is hardly surprising really when you consider what I've got are just the 4 aces. Now I did say it was quite a little bit of a fun one, didn't I? And I wasn't far wrong in saying that. The 4 kings turn into 4 aces. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you want to learn how it's done, stay where you are. The tutorial's coming next. Well, I hope you enjoyed that enough to stick around for the boring part, learning how it's done. But it's not boring at all really, is it? Your basic setup, 4 kings and 4 aces, right? Put a crimp in that card. So once you've got the 4 kings and the 4 aces out, put a crimp in the bottom card, but put the bend down because you want to do a lift above it. I mean, you can do it from the natural break in the cards, you know, because the cards have a tendency to bend in a certain direction. You can have it on the top and you can get into the break that way by the natural bend. Missed. But you can miss, especially when you're picking up a few cards. So I do think having your little crimp in could be a good idea. So the top card gets a little crimp in, right? If you want to. If you're not, if you if you're like me and not that good at it really. Now what you need to do, get your 2 aces, 4 aces, get a red and a black in that hand, a red and a black in that hand. Stick the 2 red ones together in the middle, facing each other, and stick that one on the top. So you got the top, basically you got the top 2 cards facing down, the bottom 2 facing up. Black and a red with the red uppermost, and a black and a red with the red bottommost, so that the 2 reds go together. Right, enough of that, you've already grasped that idea. And then just put the 4 kings on. I like putting them on so that they're basically the same way, 2 blacks and 2 reds. It just helps when you do this next bit. So you start off saying you're going to do a trick on somebody. You're going to do a trick for people, and you're just going to be using 4 cards, and you take the 4 cards off and show that you got the kings. And while you're looking at they're looking at the kings, get your little break. You will just pull down where you've done your crimp. You're pulling down on the crimp, so all you're left with on the top is your 4 aces. So you're showing them, and you're getting your crimp while they're not watching. Then you put the first king on, put it on square with the pack, say the ace of clubs. Stick a red one on, put it square with the pack, say it's the ace of diamonds, Then say you want to keep them in red, black, so you swap, and that way it gives you the reason for the king being off centre as you put that down, because you're taking it from the top. So that goes off centre, so it's out jogged at the bottom. Then you put the king of hearts on straight, so the king, that second to top king, is face just out jogged this way. Because then you pick everything up from your break, so you're picking all your aces up as well and flipping them over, then pushing down on that king, getting a break and taking the cards away. So what you've basically done is left 2 kings behind on top of your crimped card. So you've left 2 kings behind, put the pack down facing up. You've got all of these. Now you've got 2 kings on the bottom, so you just need to show them to show you've got kings, and then just stick them to the top. Easy as. Then you say whatever you want to say about what you're doing. I mean, the trick is called hallucination, so you can use that in some way that you're actually going to be hallucinating that you're seeing a king going on the bottom face up, and you're seeing 2 facing down, and you're seeing 1 on the top going facing up. So that's just a hallucination to you, because when you close it up and turn it over and do whatever you want to do, then do an Elmsley count to show that you've got 4 face down cards, so they didn't see 2 cards facing up. As I say, you make up your own spiel. And that set you straight back again for doing the same thing, because doing the Elmsley count brings your 2 kings right back to the top again. So all you do is take the top card, again, put it underneath, facing up, slide the top one off, just slide the top, and don't forget that's 2 cards there. Yeah, 2 cards there. You got the 2 face up aces underneath that one. So be careful as you're spreading this one down that you don't push too hard and get a big stairway, if you see what I mean. So keep a firmish grip on the sides and just slide the top card. Put that one onto the top, again facing up. Again, you just close them up, turn them over, do what you want to do, and you do an Elmsley count to show 4 face down cards again, which again puts your 2 kings right back to the top. Now I like doing it just 3 times. I mean, you can do it all day long, as I said in the performance, because every time you do it, it resets itself. So you're always ending up with your 2 kings back onto the top of the pile. But after I've done it 3 times, I say, what about changing it up a bit? And then just to make it a bit different, just spin the cards in the middle. Again, do whatever you want to do. And again, you do an Elmsley count, whichever way you prefer doing one. But leave the ace out jogged to show that one of them's turned into an ace and turned over. You take it out and just turn it over on the top. And you set again for another Elmsley count. So again, you do another Elmsley count to show another ace has turned over. And you just put that onto the top. Oh, that's after doing your little spin motion thing. You've got to keep consistency. So before you do that one, you do your little spin motion and whatever else, and then your arms need to get that ace out. Right, I missed out on that bit, not to worry. And then that puts you in position for an ascania spread, basically, because you've got 2 aces on the top, 2 kings in the middle, and 2 aces on the bottom. So you can just do an ascania spread to show them, and then take that one, which is got your kings behind it, and then the others. Or you can do, as I done in the performance, just pull out the bottom card like in a ascania spread, but you're doing it in a straight line. So you're just pulling out the bottom, pulling out the next one, and then doing the top one. So it's an ascania spread, but in a straight line. But don't leave that there too long. Make sure your hand's moving, because that's 3 cards. Sticks out like a sore thumb on the top, because you can see how much thicker it is to the others. So when you pull that out and you stick that on the top, just move your hand that way so they can see them. Come straight back and then peel it off. And then you got it hidden as you take the next one, and the next one. And then that shows that you got the 4 aces, and underneath them are the 2 kings, which they didn't see. So you can then put them onto your pile. You can spread the cards off till you get to the 3rd one, and then just do a wrist kill when you take that last one off, because you don't want them seeing the kings. So you can spread, get a grip on it and wrist kill. Or as I done in the performance, just put them down. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And put the pack down face up. If you want to really clean up, you can just do a cut. And that way you're losing the kings into the middle. So if you look on the top or the bottom, there's no kings. But you can use that as a final thing, can't you, to show that the 4 kings are now in the middle of the pack altogether. It's a bit of a different ending. But anyway, you've got to show that you have the 4 aces as well. But as I say, putting the kings like that, that's just a bit of a nicer ending, I suppose. Why didn't I do it in a performance? It's strange how when you do a tutorial, you always learn things that you should have done in the performance. That's why I never like doing tutorials. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I do like doing tutorials. I just wish I'd done the tutorial before I'd done the trick and learned things I could have done in the trick, if you see what I mean. I'll start doing things the other way around. Anyway, have fun with it. It is an easy one. Or as long as you can do an elmsley count, you're away. I say have fun with it, and I'll see you with another one soon, hopefully.